Step 2. Building a solid financial foundation. Building a solid financial foundation is essential for long-term financial success. This step is about creating the structures that will support your financial journey. Without a stable base, it can be difficult to grow wealth or achieve financial independence. This foundation includes setting up an emergency fund, budgeting, managing cash flow, minimizing lifestyle inflation, and utilizing tools and apps to manage money effectively. In this chapter, we'll break down these crucial components in detail, providing the tools and knowledge necessary for you to build a solid financial foundation. Creating an emergency fund and why it's essential. What is an emergency fund? An emergency fund is a critical component of a solid financial foundation because it provides a financial cushion to fall back on during unexpected or difficult situations. Life is unpredictable, and emergencies can arise at any time, often when you least expect it. Whether it's a sudden medical expense, a car breakdown, an urgent home repair, or even the loss of a job, these situations can strain your finances if you're not prepared. Having an emergency fund in place ensures that you're not caught off guard and don't have to rely on debt to cover these costs. The purpose of an emergency fund is to prevent you from dipping into your regular savings or retirement accounts for these unplanned expenses. Without an emergency fund, you might be forced to use high-interest credit cards or take out a loan to manage the immediate financial strain. This, in turn, could lead to accumulating debt, which can take a long time to pay off and add financial stress to an already stressful situation. For example, let's say your car breaks down unexpectedly, and the repair costs are $800. If you don't have an emergency fund, you might resort to using your credit card to pay for the repair. If your credit card has a high interest rate, that $800 could end up costing you much more in the long term as interest accumulates, potentially taking months or years to pay off. This puts unnecessary strain on your finances, making it harder to achieve other financial goals. On the other hand, if you have an emergency fund, you can quickly access the money needed to pay for the car repair without the added burden of interest and debt. An emergency fund acts as a buffer that helps you navigate life's uncertainties without derailing your financial progress. The amount you should have in your emergency fund depends on your individual circumstances, but a common recommendation is to save between 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. This ensures that you have enough to cover essential expenses, such as rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, and transportation, in case of a job loss or other significant disruptions to your income. However, starting small is perfectly fine. If saving 3 to 6 months of expenses feels like a daunting goal, begin with a smaller, more achievable target, such as $1,000. This initial goal can provide a sense of security and help build the habit of saving for emergencies. Over time, you can gradually increase your savings until you reach your target amount. An emergency fund doesn't just provide financial security, it also offers peace of mind. Knowing that you have money set aside for unexpected events reduces stress and allows you to handle emergencies more calmly and rationally. It helps you avoid making hasty, emotional decisions when you're faced with an urgent situation. Additionally, an emergency fund keeps you from taking on new debt, which could potentially put you in a worse financial position than you were before the emergency. Building an emergency fund takes time and discipline, but it is an investment in your financial well-being. Once established, it becomes one of the most powerful tools in your financial toolbox, offering protection against financial setbacks and giving you the stability to focus on your long-term financial goals. Why you need one? An emergency fund is essential because it provides financial security and peace of mind, which are both critical to your overall well-being. Life is unpredictable, and unexpected events, such as medical emergencies, job loss, car breakdowns, or urgent home repairs, can throw you off course. Without a safety net, these situations can quickly escalate into major financial crises, forcing you to make drastic decisions, like draining your retirement savings or relying on high-interest debt. Having an emergency fund in place helps you avoid those situations and gives you the ability to handle life's unpredictability without sacrificing your financial stability or long-term goals. The primary reason why you need an emergency fund is to provide a sense of security during times of crisis. When emergencies strike, having money set aside ensures that you can cover essential expenses without scrambling or worrying about where the funds will come from. Whether it's an unexpected medical bill, a job loss, or a major home repair, the ability to pay for these emergencies without going into debt makes you feel more secure and less anxious about your financial future. For instance, imagine losing your job unexpectedly. The immediate concern is likely how to pay for your daily expenses while you search for a new job. If you have an emergency fund, you don't need to immediately cut back on essential living expenses, like rent or utilities, or rush to find a new source of income just to stay afloat. Instead, you can use the money from your emergency fund to cover those expenses while focusing on finding the right job without the pressure of financial strain. One of the biggest risks of not having an emergency fund is that you may be forced to rely on debt to cover unexpected expenses. Without sufficient savings, you may have to charge an emergency medical bill, car repair, or home repair to your credit card, which often carries high interest rates. This can quickly lead to more debt, making it harder to regain control of your finances. Furthermore, when faced with an emergency, many people resort to dipping into long-term savings, such as their retirement funds. However, taking money out of your retirement account comes with serious consequences. For example, if you withdraw funds from a 401k or IRA early, you could incur penalties and lose out on valuable compound interest, which can significantly hinder your ability to retire comfortably. The financial setbacks of relying on debt or tapping into retirement savings can take years to recover from. An emergency fund allows you to avoid these pitfalls by giving you a financial cushion to cover unexpected costs without jeopardizing your long-term financial goals. By not having to dip into your retirement savings or rack up high-interest credit card debt, you preserve your future financial security and stay on track to achieve goals like buying a home, building wealth, or retiring comfortably. One of the often overlooked benefits of an emergency fund is the peace of mind it provides. Knowing that you have a financial buffer in place allows you to focus on long-term goals without constantly worrying about what might happen if something goes wrong. Financial stress can be overwhelming, especially if you're always living paycheck to paycheck and don't have the security of an emergency fund. When you're not living in fear of the unknown, you can focus your energy on building wealth, saving for retirement, or paying down debt. This creates a positive cycle. The more peace of mind you have, the more motivated you are to make smart financial decisions and pursue your long-term financial goals. In essence, an emergency fund is a key ingredient in maintaining financial stability, which is a foundation for achieving success in other areas of personal finance. Beyond the tangible financial benefits, an emergency fund also helps protect your mental and emotional health. Financial stress is one of the leading causes of anxiety and depression, and constantly worrying about unexpected expenses can take a toll on your overall well-being. Having an emergency fund gives you the mental clarity to focus on solutions when problems arise, rather than dwelling on the fear of what might happen next. Knowing you have a financial safety net provides comfort and helps reduce the stress associated with managing unforeseen challenges. Having an emergency fund is a fundamental aspect of managing your personal finances. It provides security and peace of mind by ensuring that unexpected events won't derail your financial progress or force you into debt. It protects your long-term financial goals, such as saving for retirement, buying a home, or building wealth. By having an emergency fund in place, you're not just preparing for emergencies, you're also setting yourself up for a more secure, stress-free, and successful financial future. How much should you save? Determining how much you should save for your emergency fund depends on your individual situation and lifestyle. While the general guideline is to save between 3 and 6 months' worth of living expenses, this can vary based on your unique circumstances. The 3 to 6 month rule is meant to offer a safety net that will allow you to cover essential expenses in the event of an emergency, like job loss, medical issues, or unexpected repairs. This amount ensures you have enough resources to handle life's disruptions without falling into debt. For example, if your monthly living expenses, including rent, utilities, groceries, transportation, and insurance, total $2,500, then aiming for a 3-month emergency fund means you would save $7,500. This would cover your basic living expenses for 3 months without needing to rely on credit cards, loans, or dipping into other savings. On the other hand, if you were to save for 6 months, your target would be $15,000. This larger cushion offers even more security, giving you ample time to recover from financial setbacks or find alternative sources of income without panicking. However, the amount you should save can also depend on the stability of your income and job situation. If you have a regular salary, you may be able to stick to the lower end of the range, 3 months of expenses. But if you're self-employed, a freelancer, or work on contract, your income can fluctuate, and you may not always have the same level of job security. In these cases, it's wise to aim for a larger emergency fund, 6 to 9 months worth of expenses. This larger cushion will help protect you in case of extended periods without income or unexpected emergencies that could last longer than usual. For instance, imagine you're a freelance graphic designer, and your monthly income varies depending on the number of projects you take on. In this case, it may make sense to save up for a 6 to 9 month emergency fund to account for slower months when work may be scarce. Having this extra cushion can provide peace of mind, allowing you to focus on finding new clients or projects without the constant pressure of needing immediate income. Ultimately, the goal is to calculate how much you need to cover your essential living expenses during an emergency. You should think about how long it might take you to find new employment or income streams if needed, and adjust your emergency fund target accordingly. The idea is to save enough so that you don't have to worry about day-to-day expenses if you face an unexpected financial challenge. How to start building your emergency. Building an emergency fund doesn't have to feel overwhelming. The key is to start small and make steady progress over time. Begin by setting a realistic, achievable goal based on your current financial situation. If you're aiming for a larger emergency fund, say $6,000, but the amount feels too intimidating or out of reach, break it down into smaller, more manageable goals. For example, you might start by aiming to save $500 or $1,000 in the first few months. Once you reach that goal, you can then increase your target incrementally, making it easier to stay motivated without feeling too burdened. One of the most effective ways to ensure consistent progress is to automate your savings. Set up a monthly transfer from your checking account to a separate savings account designated specifically for your emergency fund. By automating the process, you are effectively paying yourself first, ensuring that you don't have the temptation to spend the money elsewhere. Automation takes the decision-making out of the equation, so you won't have to think about it every month. The transfer can be a small, manageable amount, such as $50 or $100, and gradually increase as you get more comfortable with your savings. Automating your savings also helps you develop the habit of saving consistently. Over time, you'll start to adjust your spending habits, as you'll begin to prioritize saving before spending. Even if you can't afford to save a large sum initially, starting with small amounts that fit your budget will add up over time. You might be surprised by how quickly your emergency fund grows once you make it a regular, automatic habit. Additionally, if you get a raise at work, a tax refund, or any unexpected income, consider putting a portion of it toward your emergency fund. This can help you reach your goal faster without cutting back on your regular budget. Every little bit adds up, and over time, you'll be able to build a solid emergency fund that gives you the financial security you need. Remember, building an emergency fund is a marathon, not a sprint. The most important thing is to stay consistent, even if the amounts are small at first. By setting a realistic goal, automating your savings, and adjusting as necessary, you will gradually build the financial cushion you need to protect yourself against life's unexpected challenges. Setting up a budgeting system, zero-based, 50/30/20 rule, etc. The importance of budgeting. Budgeting is an essential tool for managing finances and achieving long-term financial success. It serves as a roadmap for allocating income, helping to prevent overspending and ensuring that financial goals are met. By tracking income and expenses, budgeting allows individuals to live within their means and avoid unnecessary debt. A well-balanced budget prioritizes essential expenses like rent, utilities, and groceries while making room for savings, debt repayment, and discretionary spending. Beyond covering immediate needs, budgeting plays a crucial role in future financial security by setting aside money for emergencies, retirement, and major purchases. Various budgeting methods, such as the 50/30/20 rule, the envelope system, or digital tracking tools, help individuals find an approach that suits their lifestyle. Ultimately, budgeting is not about restriction but about gaining control over finances, enabling smart spending and financial stability while still allowing for enjoyment and flexibility. Zero-based budgeting. Zero-based budgeting is a powerful method of budgeting that gives you complete control over your finances by making sure that every single dollar you earn is accounted for. The core principle behind zero-based budgeting is that your income should be fully assigned to specific categories, such as bills, savings, debt repayment, or discretionary spending, until you have no money left unallocated. Essentially, at the end of the month, your budget should balance to zero, meaning that all of your earnings have been spent or saved, and nothing is left over without a purpose. This method requires a hands-on approach, where you must actively decide how every dollar will be used before the month begins. This level of intentionality ensures that you are spending money on what truly matters and helps you avoid impulsive or unnecessary spending. For example, if your monthly income is $3,000, you would start by listing all of your necessary expenses such as rent, utilities, groceries, insurance, and any debt payments. Once all essentials are accounted for, you would then allocate money to savings, investments, or even fund discretionary expenses like dining out or entertainment. If, after assigning amounts to all of your categories, you still have leftover money, you would assign that to your financial goals, such as building your emergency fund or paying off debt more aggressively. The key to zero-based budgeting is that every dollar is assigned a specific purpose, which prevents wasteful spending and encourages thoughtful financial decision-making. By giving every dollar a job, you're less likely to overspend or forget about hidden expenses. Additionally, this method ensures that your savings and debt repayment goals are prioritized, rather than being an afterthought at the end of the month. For example, if your income is $3,000 per month, here's how a zero-based budget might break down. Rent, $1,200. Utilities, $150. Groceries, $300. Insurance, $100. Savings, $400. Debt repayment, $300. Entertainment, $150. Transportation, $200. Miscellaneous, $100. Total, $3,000. Notice that every category has been accounted for, and at the end of the month, you have a balanced budget with no money left unassigned. If you have any leftover money after covering all your expenses, you could redirect it towards savings, investing, or paying down debt more quickly. This ensures that you're always making the most of your income, with purpose and direction. One of the biggest advantages of zero-based budgeting is that it forces you to be intentional with your money. It helps eliminate unnecessary spending and encourages more disciplined saving, which can be especially helpful if you're trying to reach specific financial goals, such as building an emergency fund, saving for a vacation, or paying off high-interest debt. However, because this method requires a lot of attention to detail and active management of your finances, it can be time-consuming, especially if you have many categories to track. Nonetheless, for those who are committed to taking control of their finances, zero-based budgeting is an effective tool for maintaining financial discipline and achieving financial goals. 50/30/20 rule. The 50/30/20 rule is a popular and highly effective budgeting strategy because of its simplicity and flexibility. It provides a balanced framework for managing your finances, ensuring that you cover essential needs, save for the future, and still enjoy life by allocating some funds to your discretionary wants. The rule breaks your income down into three distinct categories: needs, wants, and savings/debt repayment, which helps you maintain control over your finances without feeling restricted. By following this system, you make conscious decisions about where your money goes each month, which encourages mindful spending and saving. The needs category is the most essential part of the 50/30/20 rule, as it covers everything necessary for your basic living. This includes fixed costs such as rent or mortgage, utilities, like electricity, water, and internet, transportation expenses, whether it's car payments, gas, or public transit, groceries, and insurance. These are non-negotiable expenses that you can't avoid if you want to maintain your basic lifestyle. Ideally, 50% of your total income should be allocated to this category, ensuring that your essential living costs are covered. For instance, if you earn $4,000 a month, this means you should budget $2,000 for needs. This approach guarantees that the most crucial aspects of your life are financially secure without overburdening your finances with excessive spending elsewhere. The wants category encompasses all discretionary spending, things that enhance your lifestyle but aren't essential. These include entertainment, dining out, vacations, shopping for non-essential items, hobbies, and other lifestyle expenses. While these are enjoyable and enhance your quality of life, they aren't necessary for survival, and in some cases, you can easily adjust or reduce them if needed. This category makes up 30% of your monthly income. For example, with an income of $4,000, you'd allocate $1,200 to discretionary spending. This portion allows you to live comfortably, indulge in entertainment, and enjoy your hobbies, but without going overboard. It's a good balance between enjoying life and staying financially responsible. The beauty of this category lies in its flexibility. If you find that you're overspending on entertainment or dining out, you can adjust this category to prioritize other areas, such as saving more for the future or tackling existing debt. Alternatively, if you have a month where you're not spending as much, the extra money can be redirected to savings or debt repayment. The final component of the 50/30/20 rule is dedicating 20% of your income to savings and debt repayment. This is critical for your long-term financial well-being, helping you build wealth, secure an emergency fund, save for retirement, and pay down any outstanding debts. The 20% allocation ensures that you're consistently working toward your financial future, even while managing day-to-day living expenses. For example, on a $4,000 monthly income, you would allocate $800 to savings and debt repayment. This could go toward building an emergency fund, contributing to a retirement account, or paying off high-interest debts like credit cards. Prioritizing savings or paying down high-interest debt reduces the chances of financial strain later on and sets you up for greater financial security in the future. Moreover, when faced with an emergency, many people resort to dipping into long-term savings, such as their retirement funds. However, taking money out of your retirement account comes with serious consequences. For example, if you withdraw funds from a 401k or IRA early, you could incur penalties and lose out on valuable compound interest, which can significantly hinder your ability to retire comfortably. The financial setbacks of relying on debt or tapping into retirement savings can take years to recover from. An emergency fund allows you to avoid these pitfalls by giving you a financial cushion to cover unexpected costs without jeopardizing your long-term financial goals. By not having to dip into your retirement savings or rack up high-interest credit card debt, you preserve your future financial security and stay on track to achieve goals like buying a home, building wealth, or retiring comfortably. One of the main advantages of the 50/30/20 rule is its adaptability. While the general guideline suggests that 50% of your income should go toward needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings/debt repayment, you can adjust these percentages based on your unique financial situation and goals. For example, if you're in debt, you might decide to allocate more money to debt repayment by reducing spending on wants. Alternatively, if your essential expenses are relatively low and you want to prioritize saving for retirement or building an emergency fund, you could increase the savings portion to 25% or even 30%. The flexibility of the 50/30/20 rule allows you to make adjustments as your financial priorities change, making it a sustainable budgeting method over the long term. For instance, once you've paid off significant debt, you might choose to redirect those funds toward additional savings, investments, or large financial goals like buying a home or paying for education. The simplicity of the 50/30/20 rule is one of its greatest strengths. It doesn't require detailed tracking of every penny, as some other budgeting methods do. Instead, it provides a clear structure that makes it easier for individuals to stay on top of their finances. The rule helps you ensure that you're not neglecting your savings while also giving you the freedom to enjoy life's pleasures in moderation. It allows for flexibility, which is essential because personal finances are dynamic, and you may need to adjust as your income, expenses, and financial goals evolve. Additionally, the rule emphasizes the importance of saving and debt repayment, which are crucial for building financial security. By allocating a portion of your income towards savings and debt reduction each month, you're taking consistent steps toward achieving financial independence and security, which ultimately leads to less financial stress. In conclusion, the 50/30/20 rule is a simple, straightforward, and highly flexible approach to budgeting that helps you manage your finances while still enjoying life. It's an easy-to-follow structure that ensures you're spending responsibly on your needs, enjoying your wants in moderation, and securing your future through savings and debt repayment. Whether you're just starting your financial journey or looking to refine your existing budgeting habits, the 50/30/20 rule can serve as an effective tool to help you achieve financial stability, reach your long-term goals, and maintain peace of mind about your finances. Envelope system. The envelope system is a traditional yet highly effective cash-based budgeting method that helps individuals gain better control over their spending by using a physical, visual approach. The basic principle behind the envelope system is simple. You allocate a specific amount of cash for each spending category, such as groceries, entertainment, transportation, and dining out, and place that cash in separate envelopes. Each envelope represents a different category of spending. Once you've used all the money in a particular envelope, you can no longer spend in that category for the rest of the month. For example, let's say you budget $300 for groceries for the month. You would withdraw $300 in cash and place it in an envelope labeled groceries. Whenever you buy groceries, you take money from that envelope. Once the cash is gone, that's it, you can't spend any more on groceries until the next month. This system provides a tangible limit on spending, forcing you to plan and think more carefully about your purchases. The envelope system works especially well for discretionary spending categories, like dining out, entertainment, clothing, and personal care. These are areas where people tend to overspend without realizing it. By having a physical envelope with cash, it's easier to track how much you have left to spend. The visual representation of cash running low in the envelope acts as a reminder, making you more mindful of your purchases and less likely to make impulse buys. It also encourages you to be more intentional with your spending since you can see exactly where your money is going. One of the key advantages of the envelope system is that it removes the temptation of using a credit card or debit card for purchases. Using cash forces you to stick to your budget because once the cash is gone, it's gone. This eliminates the risk of overspending, especially if you have trouble resisting the temptation to use plastic for purchases. Additionally, because the envelope system is a hands-on method, it can be easier for individuals to stay engaged and aware of their finances. The system also makes it more difficult to rationalize unnecessary expenses. Since you physically handle the money and see how much is available, it's harder to justify an unplanned purchase when your envelopes are empty or nearing the end of the month. It can be a powerful tool for people who tend to overspend on impulse items like entertainment or dining out. However, the envelope system is not without its challenges. In today's digital world, many people prefer to make purchases using credit or debit cards rather than using cash. This is particularly true for online shopping, where cash transactions are not feasible. Fortunately, there are ways to adapt the envelope system to a more modern setting. Some individuals use apps or digital envelopes to track their spending, where each category has a designated balance that they monitor. Apps like Good Budget or Envelopes allow users to simulate the envelope system using digital funds, making it easier to manage in a cashless environment. Moreover, using cash may not be as convenient as using a debit or credit card, especially for large or emergency purchases. Some individuals may find it difficult to withdraw the exact amount of cash needed for each category, or they may worry about losing or misplacing their physical cash. To mitigate these issues, some people opt for a hybrid method, where they combine the envelope system for discretionary spending with electronic payments for essential or larger purchases. For instance, you may use cash for groceries, entertainment, and dining out, but use your card for utilities, rent, or transportation. Despite these challenges, the envelope system remains an excellent tool for those who want to take a more disciplined approach to budgeting. It works particularly well for individuals who tend to overspend in certain categories or who struggle to stay on top of their finances. The hands-on approach helps you develop better spending habits, be more intentional with your purchases, and avoid unnecessary debt. By sticking to your budgeted amounts, you gain a deeper understanding of where your money is going and can make more informed decisions about your financial future. In summary, the envelope system is an effective method for controlling discretionary spending, promoting financial discipline, and reducing the temptation to overspend. Whether you use physical envelopes or digital tracking tools, the system encourages mindful spending, helping you stay on top of your budget and make more conscious financial decisions. With practice, it can lead to greater financial security and improved money management skills. Understanding and managing cash flow. What is cash flow? Cash flow refers to the movement of money into and out of your household, and it's a fundamental concept in personal finance. It's essentially the balance between the money you earn and the money you spend. Cash flow is crucial because it directly impacts your financial stability. Positive cash flow occurs when your income is greater than your expenses, meaning you're bringing in more money than you're spending. This is the ideal situation because it allows you to save, invest, or pay down debt. It provides the financial freedom to cover your needs, plan for future goals, and deal with unexpected expenses without feeling financially stretched. With positive cash flow, you're in a strong position to build wealth over time, whether it's through growing your savings, contributing to retirement accounts, or pursuing investment opportunities. On the other hand, negative cash flow happens when your spending exceeds your income. This situation is financially unsustainable because it means you're using more money than you're earning, often relying on credit or loans to make up the difference. Over time, negative cash flow can lead to mounting debt, increased financial stress, and the inability to save for future needs. If left unaddressed, it can quickly spiral into a major financial problem, resulting in overdue bills, high-interest debt, and the risk of losing assets like your home or car. The ultimate goal is to maintain positive cash flow. By doing so, you create a buffer that helps cover your living expenses, prepare for future financial goals, and provides peace of mind in case of emergencies. It's important to regularly assess your cash flow to ensure that it aligns with your financial goals. For example, if you're consistently overspending, you might need to reevaluate your expenses, adjust your lifestyle, or find ways to increase your income. Conversely, if you're saving a large portion of your income but not living within your means, you might need to adjust your spending habits to balance your priorities. There are several key components that influence your cash flow. Income includes all sources of money coming into your household, such as salary, freelance work, business income, investments, or passive income. Increasing your income, whether through a raise, side gigs, or other sources, can significantly improve your cash flow. Expenses are all the outflows of money that go toward your living costs, including both fixed expenses like rent or mortgage payments, utilities, and insurance, as well as variable expenses like groceries, transportation, and entertainment. Monitoring and managing these expenses is key to ensuring you don't overspend. Savings and investments are the portions of your income that you set aside for future goals, such as retirement, education, or buying a home. Regularly contributing to savings and investments can help increase your financial security and make it easier to achieve long-term goals. To improve your cash flow, you may need to increase your income, which can be done by asking for a raise, seeking higher-paying job opportunities, starting a side hustle, or investing in skills that can boost your earning potential. Additionally, you can reduce expenses by cutting back on discretionary spending, renegotiating bills, and finding more affordable alternatives for everyday items, freeing up cash to save or pay off debt. Another strategy is to refinance high-interest debts. If you have credit cards or loans with high interest rates, refinancing them at a lower rate can reduce your monthly payments and improve your cash flow. Lastly, setting up a budget helps you know exactly how much money is coming in and going out, allowing you to plan your spending and ensure you don't exceed your limits. A budget is also a tool to direct excess income towards savings or debt repayment. By regularly tracking your cash flow, you can stay on top of your financial situation and take corrective action if necessary. Understanding your cash flow also helps you make better financial decisions, like determining how much you can afford to spend on big-ticket items, or whether it's the right time to invest or save more aggressively. Managing cash flow effectively. Managing cash flow effectively involves understanding both the timing and nature of your income and expenses. By knowing when your bills are due and aligning them with your income schedule, you can better plan ahead, ensuring that there's enough money in your account to cover them without causing a financial crunch. This proactive approach allows you to avoid overdraft fees and late payment penalties, both of which can negatively impact your finances and credit score. Additionally, managing cash flow means having a clear understanding of your recurring expenses and being able to prioritize essential spending over discretionary costs. One key strategy for managing cash flow is to minimize unnecessary expenses. This might involve reviewing your monthly subscriptions or memberships, such as streaming services or gym memberships, and canceling ones you no longer use or need. Another option is consolidating bills or renegotiating terms on loans and credit cards to secure lower interest rates or more favorable payment schedules. Additionally, reducing discretionary spending, like entertainment or dining out, can free up more cash to cover essential expenses, put towards savings, or help pay down debt. For example, if you earn $4,500 per month, and your expenses include $1,200 for rent, $300 for utilities, $400 for a loan payment, $350 for groceries, $150 for entertainment, and $500 for savings, you can start by tracking the due dates for each of these expenses. By aligning the due dates with your pay periods, you can allocate funds more efficiently and ensure you have enough to cover them. For instance, if rent is due on the first of the month and groceries typically cost $350, you can schedule your grocery shopping around the timing of your paycheck. This approach prevents you from running into cash shortages or unnecessary delays. Minimizing lifestyle inflation as income increases. What is lifestyle inflation? Lifestyle inflation refers to the tendency for your expenses to increase as your income rises. It often happens when people receive a raise or a financial windfall, and instead of saving or investing that extra income, they start spending more on non-essential items or upgrading their lifestyle. This might include purchasing luxury goods, dining out more frequently, upgrading to a fancier car, or moving to a more expensive home. As a result, the extra income that was supposed to improve financial security can instead lead to living paycheck to paycheck, even if your earnings have increased. The danger of lifestyle inflation is that it can prevent you from building wealth and achieving financial independence. By constantly increasing your standard of living in response to higher income, you may find yourself in a perpetual cycle of spending more without ever saving or investing for the future. This can leave you financially vulnerable when unexpected expenses arise or when it's time to retire, as the habit of spending more has become ingrained, and you're not preparing adequately for the future. How to avoid lifestyle inflation is all about being intentional with your income increases. The goal is to not let lifestyle upgrades dictate your financial decisions. Instead, treat any increase in income as an opportunity to accelerate your long-term wealth-building goals. When you receive a raise or a bonus, resist the urge to immediately upgrade your lifestyle. Instead, think of how you can allocate that extra money in a way that supports your financial future. For example, if you get a $1,000 raise at work, rather than immediately spending that money on a new car lease, designer clothes, or more expensive meals out, you could take a more strategic approach. Use the additional $1,000 to pay down high-interest debt, grow your emergency fund, or contribute to a retirement account like a 401k or IRA. This allows you to use the extra money to build your financial security, rather than letting it slip away into discretionary spending. Over time, these small but intentional decisions can make a significant difference in your ability to save, invest, and achieve your financial goals. The key takeaway is that lifestyle inflation can be a barrier to building long-term wealth if you aren't mindful of how you handle income increases. By focusing on savings, debt reduction, and investments, you can avoid falling into the trap of spending more simply because you're earning more. This helps you maintain a healthy balance between enjoying life now and planning for financial security in the future. Tools and apps for better money management. Budgeting apps. Budgeting apps are powerful tools that can help you stay on top of your finances by providing a clear and organized view of your income, expenses, and savings goals. These apps make budgeting more manageable by automating much of the process, linking directly to your bank accounts, and categorizing your transactions. This can save you time and reduce the manual effort needed to track your spending, which ultimately helps you stick to a budget and reach your financial goals more easily. For example, Mint is a free budgeting app that automatically syncs with your bank accounts, credit cards, and other financial institutions. It categorizes your expenses, tracks your spending habits, and provides a visual overview of your budget. It also alerts you to upcoming bills and provides recommendations for how to improve your financial situation. By showing you where your money is going and offering insights into your spending behavior, Mint can help you identify areas where you can cut back and make more informed decisions about your finances. Another popular app is Anab, You Need a Budget, which focuses on helping you plan for your financial future. Anab encourages proactive budgeting, guiding you to allocate every dollar you earn to specific categories such as bills, savings, or debt repayment. This app is particularly useful if you're working towards specific financial goals, like saving for a vacation or paying off debt, as it helps you prioritize and track your progress toward these objectives. Anab also emphasizes giving every dollar a job, ensuring that you're intentional with your spending and making sure that each dollar works toward your financial goals. PocketGuard is another useful app that takes a slightly different approach to budgeting. It analyzes your spending patterns and tells you how much money you have available to save or spend after accounting for your bills, goals, and regular expenses. PocketGuard helps you avoid overspending by showing you how much disposable income you have left, making it easier to manage your cash flow. It can also link to your bank accounts and credit cards to give you a real-time overview of your financial situation, helping you stay on track. By using budgeting apps like these, you can gain a more comprehensive and organized view of your finances. These tools not only help you keep track of your spending, but they also provide valuable insights that can help you make better financial decisions. Whether you're trying to save more, pay down debt, or plan for long-term goals, budgeting apps can make the process simpler and more efficient. With these tools at your disposal, staying organized and sticking to your budget becomes much more manageable, helping you stay focused on your financial goals. Investment tools. Investment tools are platforms and resources that make it easier for individuals to begin investing, manage their portfolios, and grow their wealth. These tools offer access to a range of investment products, such as stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, exchange-traded funds, and more, allowing you to build a diversified portfolio based on your financial goals. For beginners, many of these platforms also provide educational resources and support, helping you understand the basics of investing and guiding you through the process. Robinhood is one of the most popular investment platforms, especially for new investors. It offers commission-free trading, making it easy and affordable to buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptocurrencies. Robinhood is known for its user-friendly interface, which allows beginners to navigate the platform with ease. Additionally, Robinhood provides educational resources and tools like market news, charts, and performance tracking to help investors make informed decisions. It also allows fractional investing, meaning you can buy partial shares of expensive stocks, making it more accessible for those with limited capital. Fidelity is another well-known platform offering a wide range of investment products, including stocks, bonds, ETFs, and mutual funds. Fidelity provides more comprehensive services, including retirement accounts like IRAs and 401(k)s, making it a great choice for long-term investors. Fidelity's tools are slightly more advanced, catering to both beginners and experienced investors. It offers retirement planning resources, stock research, and detailed analysis tools to help investors make strategic decisions. Fidelity also has a reputation for excellent customer service and educational materials that can help you better understand investing and how to create an investment strategy that aligns with your goals. Vanguard is a well-established investment platform that's known for its focus on long-term, low-cost investing. Vanguard is especially popular for its low-cost index funds and ETFs, which can be a good option for investors looking to diversify their portfolios without actively managing individual stocks. Vanguard offers educational resources, webinars, and investment tools that can help you understand the benefits of passive investing and how to make smart investment decisions. Vanguard's platform is best suited for those who prefer a hands-off approach, as it offers several automated options for building and managing portfolios based on your risk tolerance and financial objectives. These investment platforms offer not only the ability to buy and sell various types of investments but also tools to help you understand the process. Whether you are interested in stocks, bonds, retirement accounts, or other investment options, these platforms provide the necessary tools and resources to get started. Many platforms also have mobile apps, allowing you to monitor your investments and manage your portfolio on the go. In addition to their basic functions, many platforms like Robinhood, Fidelity, and Vanguard also offer educational resources such as articles, videos, webinars, and investment calculators. These resources help beginners understand the fundamentals of investing, from how the stock market works to how to assess risk and manage your portfolio. They also explain advanced concepts like asset allocation, diversification, and portfolio rebalancing, ensuring that you have the knowledge necessary to make informed decisions. For those just starting out, investment tools can make the process less overwhelming. With easy-to-use interfaces, educational support, and the ability to invest with low fees, these platforms can be a great way to start building your wealth over time. Automatic savings apps. Automatic savings apps are digital tools designed to help individuals save money effortlessly by automating the savings process. These apps allow users to set up automatic transfers from their checking accounts to their savings accounts, helping them build savings consistently without needing to think about it every month. They remove the friction of manual savings, ensuring that a portion of your income is automatically set aside for future goals, whether it's for an emergency fund, short-term purchases, or long-term savings objectives. Apps like Capital and Chime provide simple ways to automate your savings. For example, Capital offers customizable savings goals where you can set specific targets, such as saving for a vacation, an emergency fund, or a new purchase, and schedule automatic transfers to contribute toward those goals. You can also set up roundup features, where the app rounds up your purchases to the nearest dollar and automatically saves the difference. This makes it easy to save without feeling the pinch because the transfers are small and frequent. Chime, another automatic savings app, works similarly by linking to your checking account and allowing you to set up automatic transfers into your savings account. The app has features like automatic savings for every purchase you make, where Chime rounds up your transactions and saves the spare change. This can add up quickly over time, especially for people who tend to make small, frequent purchases. One of the main benefits of using automatic savings apps is that they help build the habit of saving consistently. Because the transfers happen automatically, you don't have to worry about remembering to move money into savings each month. Saving becomes a part of your routine, and it helps you reach your savings goals without requiring active effort. Over time, this can lead to significant accumulation of savings, even if you start small. Automatic savings apps also help with financial discipline by prioritizing saving before you have a chance to spend the money elsewhere. If you're tempted to overspend, knowing that a portion of your income is automatically being set aside can keep you on track to meet your goals. This approach aligns with the principle of paying yourself first, where you prioritize saving for your future before allocating money to discretionary spending. In addition to helping you save, these apps can also offer features that make managing your finances easier. Some apps, like Capital, allow you to set up multiple savings goals and track your progress toward each one. Others, like Chime, come with built-in budgeting tools and tools to help you monitor your spending habits, making them a more comprehensive solution for managing your finances. The bottom line: building a solid financial foundation is the bedrock of your financial future. It gives you the stability and security to take the next steps toward wealth building, debt repayment, and investing. By creating an emergency fund, budgeting wisely, managing cash flow, and avoiding lifestyle inflation, you'll set yourself up for lasting financial freedom.